Hello and welcome to TLC Time, Thriving Leader Collaborative. Thrilled to speak to you today about reflection. I want to start by thinking about the reflection that happens first thing in the morning for me, because it's still dark out at this hour when I awake. And so I look out the window and what do I see with all the darkness? I see myself. I'm the reflection in the window. So it's too dark for me to see anything that's outside. And it makes me think that that's exactly what happens is when there is darkness, when there is doubt, when there is an issue that I'm struggling with, it's time to look inward. It's time to reflect. We're more apt to take that pause and to reflect when there is a struggle. What I'd like to encourage you to do is think about creating reflection points based on when there's not a struggle, when there are things to celebrate. Now that might be immediately following a meeting that you had, a conversation that you had. It might be periodic throughout the day. I actually do have, you've heard me talk about calendaring. I do have a calendar spot in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. For me to pause and reflect. So that's a periodic set time in a day. Could be at the end of the day, could be at the end of the week. And many of us did a bit of reflecting at the end of the year. Regardless of the time in which you do reflect and the time you set aside, which I support there being many of those times should show up every day. The key thing to think about is what's working well, is to first and foremost reach way up high and pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Why is that? That positive reinforcement is a dopamine hit, and the dopamine hit encourages us to want more, to want to do more of that thing that we're praising ourselves for. Just as when we praise others, they want to show up again and do this thing that you've just praised them for doing. It's no different for ourselves. So when we reflect, I encourage you to think first and foremost, what am I doing well? How am I succeeding? What am I most proud of? And give yourself that positive reinforcement. And yes, I mean every day, potentially multiple times a day. And when there is some doubt or some darkness, that you find a quiet spot and you center yourself, you create a mindfulness practice, hopefully, that helps you get to a place where you can close out all that's going on around you and dig deeper into reflecting upon, now that you've have a really good practice of acknowledging what you're doing well, when there is some darkness, that you're able to say, okay, I recall these are the things that I'm doing well. These are my strengths. And how might these strengths now serve me with this challenge that I'm having? That's how it works. It only works that way if you are committed to that positive reinforcement along the way. At the year end, I offered my clients a list of questions to reflect upon things that happened in the past year and things that are potentially going to happen in the coming year. I'm going to share a couple of them with you in the event that you could make good use of them. So one of my favorites for looking backwards is, how was last year a gift for you? How was it a gift for you? And then what moment brought you the greatest joy? At the very least, we should be able to tease that out. And that's what I mean about contemplating a week or a month. We could ask ourselves those questions more routinely. A couple of my favorites looking forward is, what is it that no longer serves you? What will you be leaving behind in the previous year? And then what is it that you would like to cultivate more of? Again, once you have a very routine reflection practice, you'll be able to pull that answer very, very quickly, because you'll be very much aware of your strengths and what it is that fills you up, what it is that you're innately good at. And lastly, I'm a huge fan of choosing that one word that will represent you and what you're looking forward to in the coming year. For me, that one word is expansion. And to that end, I'd love to connect with you.